Sorry about that. I forgot I was already live. I was still trying to set my crap up here. Give me a second. Hi. And I'm missing a tooth there. All right. Well, this may be the best I can do. I'm doing a reading for Foodie Beauty just because she's been in such crisis lately. I do apologize. I should have had this all ready beforehand. You know how I am. Anyway, she's been going through quite a crisis. And I hadn't read tarot in a little bit, so I wanted to see what it said about her. And honestly, I already read these first three cards, and it seemed like it was going to be, it actually kind of made some sense. So I thought I'd turn my camera on and go ahead and finish the reading. Now, I'm going to use the Santa Muerte deck. I am a Santa Muerte, not cultist. That's not what I meant. I love her. She's helped me a lot. So, friend of mine, Adventurers Guild, aka Charles, sent me a deck, and it's so cool. And he has a deck too. And I don't do things like other people do. I always just do a 9-card spread or a 3-card spread. I have lots of books on tarot, but I'm just going to use the little book that came with it. It's very simplistic, but I like how they've phrased things. And and let's just see what happens. I don't do past, present, future. I don't ask a person, what do you want to know about? Because the cards will tell you what you need to know. They never ever do when I do a reading, they never give past, present, future. Or, there's all kinds of elaborate layouts. But the cards always tell their message, and that's just it. And apologize for having it in portrait mode, but it wouldn't let me turn it. So I tried to switch it and couldn't. All right. Now, the first card is the Tower, and it is reversed at that. I usually don't acknowledge ill reversed cards, but I decided today to do so because she has been in such peril with her health and romantic life and such. So, the Tower, I'm going to read from the little book. Sometimes I just look at the imagery and can figure it out pretty well, but in this particular instance, I'm going to look in the book. This is in the Major Arcana, and it is XVI. I believe that's 16. I used to do math with Roman numerals in school. Teacher, I got Roman numerals, and she was excited about that. She'd make like do math papers for me in Roman numerals. It's pretty cool. The Tower. Something. Oh, Stella, don't make me squirt you. Oh, no. Oh, no. This phone's so heavy it pulls my tripod over. Oh, crap. Okay. Sorry. This is so janky and amateur, but I'm janky and amateur. The Tower. Something that you have been opposed to for probably a long time is about to emerge, explode, and open itself to the world. That would be her horrible health problems. The tower, therefore, is a living construction, overcrowded and teeming, exposed due to a sudden change that will alter the balances, and whose orientations and directions, therefore, could seem to become confused or overturned. And I think this is her trying to deal with her health problems and her compulsive overeating issues. It could be difficult to go against the current and against common opinion, but this is how illumination will arrive. Otherwise, it will be a violent separation that will win, an expulsion that will bring with it a crisis, unbalance, and in the worst case, is a true catastrophe. And I think that's about when she had her big health crash and ended up in the hospital with an enlarged spleen and diabetes and just a host of health problems. Just she's horribly diseased at this point. And this card shows stairs that look like they're going up, but maybe they're going down, and the building's falling apart, and people are running, and this is urgent. This is very urgent. So, okay. And the next was the Star. And it was reversed, but I don't think it matters. I think it'll be fine. Because the book really doesn't address reversals on that one. What I say was the Star. An active, luminous arcana full of hope and immersed in its own environment. Does that not sound kind of like her? The star brings with it receptiveness, altruism, fertility. It is like a powerful action of irrigating the world, where finally we find our place, able to reposition our own energies towards positive perspectives for the future. And that's what she needs to be doing, and she's trying. It also pushes us at times to not choose between two options we find in our hands, and that's seem incompatible, but to reconcile them. Maybe that's like her. I can do mukbangs and still lose weight. If this flow, however, is aimed badly, there will be inevitable losses, waste, such as feelings of uncertainty, nostalgia, and at times obstinacy. That's her right there. And I think she misses BB so much. I think that's had a lot to do with her decline. And they always have this little thing that says, Advice of the Dead. You are traveling the right path, therefore do not give up hope. Continue once you have completely focused on your objective to channel your energies towards this, remembering that the more you give, the more you will receive in exchange. And that may have to do with she really needs to let her followers, her viewers help her. Listen to some of them. They're trying to help her. This is the Wheel of Fortune. It was also ill reversed, meaning it was dealt upside down. Wheel of Fortune. That's card number 10 in the major arcana or arcana. According to the position in which this card appears, well, it doesn't matter in this case, it represents the beginning, the middle, or the end of a cycle. It represents dynamism, mutation, and the complementary with which we move uninterrupted, changing direction and orientation. She's certainly trying to do that. On the horizon can be seen unexpected but positive events, favorable circumstances, and success, not to, one's not to linger upon in order to avoid risking stagnation. We do not continue to move, to be fluid and changeable. Like the wheel itself, we will find ourselves blocked, and laziness will make our situation even more precarious. Does that not sound just like her situation? Totally does. Advice of the Dead: support crew circumstances and face that change. What? Support new circumstances and face the changes in front of you in time. If they enable you to proceed until it is necessary to change once again. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what that means. Okay, let's go to the next line. God, it's reversed again. It is the Chariot. The Chariot. Like Roman chariot. Like a car. Yeah. Get you where you need to go. And this is 7. The Chariot. The road has been cleared, and the chariot is ready for action. To travel, conquer, to spread our influences to the world and inspire others in their own efforts. That, again, sounds like that could be actually her. She wants to travel. She wants to do better. And she's talked about it a lot, about going to Dominican Republic or whatever. Spread your influence to the world. Girl, if she gets a hold of this thing and can actually lose weight and pull herself out of this, she will be such an influence and an inspiration. And it goes on to say, and inspire others in their own efforts. This is the dynamic arena of control, triumph, and conquest, a dynamic harmony that pushes us towards new and engaging phase that will see our efforts repaid. However, when a problem arises, this dynamic push is inverted and there is risk of remaining static. And see, that card was reversed, so I may kind of deal with that. Remain static, of inconclusiveness being obstacles at every crossroad. It could also degenerate into counterproductive and uncontrolled ambition. And see, this makes me think of her situation, because if she did this right, she absolutely could be like this huge influence and someone that inspires other people. But if she doesn't, she doesn't get her shit together, there's a risk of remaining static, of inconclusiveness, seeing obstacles at every crossroad. Yeah, okay, and we know that's kind of how she goes. Advice of the Dead is to act and take on with courage the road you have decided to face, while conserving uh, excuse me, a certain prudence in not letting yourself be overwhelmed by your emotions. Reversed again. The Magician. That's the first card in the deck. The Magician. We are facing a beginning. Here we go again about like cycles and a new start and changing and shit. Excuse me. We are facing a beginning, and we can begin with the choices in harmony with our deepest will, letting the primordial fire that illuminates the head of the magic or magician act as the spark. Potentials such as his talent, his abilities to persuade, or astuteness are at their maximum level in a creative and receptive equilibrium. Man, I haven't read out loud in a long time. I forgot how to like read ahead with my eyes before I say it with my mouth. Catalyzed by his instruments such as the wand and chalice, where, however, the will is not clear but clouded, as if covered by a veil. It is easy to act imprudently, to have prejudices, to hesitate, or to remain in a stalled situation, a victim of indecision. Excuse me, is this not repeating the same message? I mean, that's her. That's her situation. She gets really stalled. She has a lot of trouble changing, and that's her biggest hurdle right now. Advice of the dead for this card is do not waste time, act. You can trust your own abilities without delay, but carefully evaluate where you aim your potential and the object of your choices. See, you can do this, Chantal. I mean, you can. You just got to break some old habits, and you've got to build some new pathways in your brain to start thinking differently about food, about yourself, about your body. Truly love yourself, forgive yourself, love yourself, realize you are valuable. And and when you love yourself truly, and it's not about acceptance, size acceptance, body acceptance. Acceptance is going, oh well, I guess that's the way it is. I accept it. No. Love yourself. And when you really love yourself, you're not going to fill your body with crap. And you're not going to allow yourself to be in bad relationships. And you're not going to allow yourself to be used, abused, whatever. Be your best friend. Be your best wife or husband. Be your best partner. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself against yourself. I do this. Sometimes I spit out food. I realize, crap, I'm eating again. I'm eating the wrong thing again. And you stop and you throw it away. And then you try and do better next time. And soon those ruts get eroded and they just go away, and you have new ruts that are healthier. Okay, but this is, of course, I'm a fatty, so obviously I don't have it completely in hand, but I'm a lot smaller than I used to be. The Hanged Man. Now, usually the Hanged Man is hanging upside down. It could be from a branch or a pole or whatever, upside down, hanging from his feet. So this is unusual. Um, 1 1 X. It's not 8. What is that? 2 before 10? That would be 8. Okay. No, I'm seeing it backwards. Good grief. It's 11. I was thinking that's not how you make a. Oh, never mind. This is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man indicates a moment of pause, distance, meditation, and preparation in order to think deeper and more profoundly about our projects, even facing some sacrifice. This in depth search could occur in a passive manner by remaining receptive, willing to listen, or to experiment. This card can also bring about a positive change of perspective, value, or a new point of view and make us understand that perhaps this is not the right time to act or make a choice. Well, it is. She does need to make a choice. Um, in its degeneracy, it can arrive at a situation of total block, of the inability to act in a face of negativity, doubts, and secrets. I'm not really sure about that. This is a time to slow down and to understand from a new perspective what to think more about or what to sacrifice with the aim of attaining profound change. Usually, the hangman is hanging very peacefully by his ankles. He's not in pain. He's resting. He's chilling out and thinking about things and mulling things over and just giving himself a little bit of time to go inward, right? That's what the hangman card usually is. Let's see what this is. Page of Swords. So it's the coolest freaking deck. Um, Page of Swords. I've kind of put some tabs. But they're not very legible, really. There we go. The Page of Swords. Sorry if anybody's chatting with me. I can't see you because my phone is tilted down. But if you're here, I appreciate you watching. Even if you're watching in a rerun, I appreciate it. Page, with perseverance, a spirit of observation and curiosity. Page of Swords studies and inquires into the situation, accumulating experience in order to be prepared when the situation, which is now tranquil, could change. This arcana propels us, therefore, into prudence, waiting and calculating carefully the various elements of the case of unexpected events or exams. That kind of sounds like what I just said about the Hanged Man card. Like, just chill, think about things, be tranquil, just wait, let some time pass. Vice of the Dead, be prepared by evaluating all the possible openings or outlets through which the situation could degenerate and vent. Okay. Oh, upside down again. Oh, it is Santa Muerte herself. Hello, Bone Mother. Mwah. Okay. IX. Or am I seeing it backwards? It's XII. Good grief. XII. Santa Muerte card. A profound transformation, a renewal, a true and proper revolution. If it is life that generates death, then death generates life. It's kind of like you live and you eat other things, and then when you die, you know, if it was just like nature intended, then you would, let other things live by them eating you and using your body's energy and all that. Doom. Sorry, I lost my place. If it is life that generates death, then death generates life. We are connected to all that surrounds us, to the people who have come before us, and to those who will come from the cradle to the tomb, from the coffin to the womb, in a continual exchange and a continual regeneration, not of opposites, but of complementary elements. Santa Muerte brings with it new projects. I should zoom and maybe, like, I don't know if I can. There we go. I bet everybody's tuned out by now. I'm sorry. I totally lost my place. Where's Santa Muerte? XII. I've lost her. Oh, okay. Profound transformation, renewal, death. We're we're connected to all that surrounds us. Wish I could edit that out. To the people who have come before us, and to those who will come, from the cradle to the tomb, from the coffin to the womb, in a continual exchange and continual regeneration of the opposites. I know I already read that. Of complementary elements. Santa Muerte brings with it new projects, new cuts. No, projects, changes, cuts, and the necessary abandonment of what we keep stationary and entangled. That's her overeating. Right? She's caught in it. She's entangled in it, and she doesn't know how to get out. Somebody needs to hand her a pair of scissors. Like the past or suffocating ties, these changes, however, are not always pain-free, but can bring with them trauma, anger, violence, and loss, including an immobility when we refuse to take on these transmutations. I'm positive that she was sexually abused when she was a child or a young person. I'm absolutely 100% positive of it. She don't want to talk about it. She don't want to think about it. She just wants to eat because it makes her feel better. Because it's happy time. Sit down, and when you're eating, nobody's raping you. So I think that's like the trauma, anger, violence, the loss. Well, she lost BB, and I know that's been really hard on her. Vice of the Dead, accept the changes that are offered in front of you without fear of cutting ties and cutting yourself off from your old positions, old ideas, or preconceptions. A mutation is imposing itself. Okay, that sounds about right. Wish I could zoom in a little more. I see somebody saying something. Hey, you. I'm gonna. I'll check that out when I get off the stream. Four of Cups. There is the Four of Cups. Very slippery, slick cards. Cups generally deals with emotions and love. And here in the book, it's funny. It says cups on the card, but chalices in the book. This is the four. Da, da, da. The stability of four gives this card a positive balance. I guess like four legs on a chair is going to be sturdier than three. And we can talk about savings as well as generosity, gifts, earnings, something received as an inheritance, or nearing of a favorable moment that is slowly maturing. Only a certain passivity due to stagnation could leave us prey to superior external forces. Advice of the Dead is to continue on, concentrate on your present situation, working and resisting any eventual obstacles or barriers. Now, excuse me, but did that not just kind of talk about her situation? And I mean that it says pretty much you got to break out of old habits and change. You need change right now. You're in a situation where you're hanging by your heels. This is your opportunity, girl, to really think about things and get your head together. And if you ever see this, I'll tell you, I'm really glad you're going to therapy. I think that will help. I need therapy too. I need to quit being stubborn and go get some therapy. But I'm glad she's doing it. I don't want her to die. I think she's a hot mess, but I think she's cool. So anyway, I love you guys. That is all. Bye. Mwah.